How many times? How many more times am I going to have to do this season? It's fucking February and I want the season to end already. It's finished at the Valley today. Charlton Athletic 1, Portsmouth 3. A big game at the top of the table. Charlton with a good chance to move above our rivals today. Move above Portsmouth and try and give us a little bit of an advantage. Even with clubs having games in hand, it will give us a little bit of a boost. And look what's happened. Look what's happened again tonight. Fucking embarrassing. I may as well just get out my overall opinion after this game right now. This season's done. It's finished. Our season is done. We are not going up with this squad. Not a chance in hell. And there is no Charlton fan right now that can sway me otherwise. We have got a mediocre, mid-table League One side, who boring, unenthusiastic team who just do not give a shit. Defensively being humiliated every single week. Now, we've just seen it for far too long. We've seen us getting turned over, humiliating, embarrassing performances. Not just of late, but all season, because we've been dire all season. You can probably gather that this isn't going to be a match reaction. This is going to be one of those rants that you saw against Hull and Accrington and Plymouth. It's what it's going to be, I can't lie to you. That's exactly what it's going to be. All I'm going to talk about is just the lineup, some chances that we had, or the goals that we'll speak about as well, and mainly just talking about how shit we are right now. Charlton's lineup. It was a diamond. And I did have some question marks to raise about the starting 11. So we had Amos in goal. Matthews, Gunter, Oshilaja and Maatsen in the defence. Maatsen coming back in over Purrington. Midfield was Pratley, Forster-Caskey, Shinnie and Morgan. And the front two was Jayden Stockley and Ronnie Schwartz. Why is Liam Millar on the bench? Why is Liam Millar on the subs bench? That was the only thing I really had to worry about. To be honest with you, on paper I actually felt the squad was half decent. I thought the squad was alright. I was just a bit weirded out that Millar was on the bench, that was all. To be fair, in the first 10 minutes we were alright. We looked okay. And we had probably the best chance of the game other than the goals that were scored for Albie Morgan. Jayden Stockley lays it off to him on the edge of the box. Morgan absolutely rifles a shot on the weak foot on his left peg, straight off the crossbar. An unbelievable strike. He really put his laces through it and it was a ridiculous strike. Just very unlucky to hit the crossbar. It's very end-to-end action. Both teams coming back and forth at each other. And it was the away side that eventually took the lead through Michael Jacobs. Cross come in, and then Jacobs has just taken it on the half volley with loads of players standing round him and finds the back of the net. 1-0 Pompey. And that was the end of the first half. Charlton 0, Pompey 1. 1-0 down at the break. We looked good for the first 10 minutes. Morgan had that shot at the crossbar. After that, we just fell off. We faded away. It was an end-to-end game. The problem was, when Pompey came on the attack, they looked deadly. They looked threatening. They attacked with pace. They attacked with urgency. We attacked with just no enthusiasm whatsoever. Boring, unenthusiastic, uninspiring. We just get the ball forward. We dart forward a couple of yards and then we just stop. Because we just wouldn't offer anything for one another. And then we just pass the ball backwards, slow the attack down. Then resort to long ball, send the ball long to Jayden Stockley every time for him to try and chest it down. And then someone else has then either had a shot blocked, skied over the bar, or dragged a shot wide and do nothing with it. The only players in that first half I can actually give plaudits to is Stockley, because he won absolutely everything in the air, not just in the first half, but the entire game. And then Albie Morgan, who was the only player who actually wanted to have a shot on goal. He had so many opportunities on that weak foot today. So many chances on that left peg that went amiss. Obviously, he had that shot off the crossbar. He had another effort where he drove forward. I think it was another head-on by Stockley. Morgan has then darted forward, had a shot on the left foot, skied over the bar. Those two were the only players that actually tried and were actually trying to work something. When they were on the attack, they looked like they could score with every attack possible. We just would run a couple of yards and then just stop and play it around the back again. And then play long ball for it not to work. We had no shots on target in that first half, apparently. And then the second half rolls around. Morgan comes off. Why are you bringing Morgan off? Morgan is the only player. Morgan was the only player in that first half that actually wanted to have a shot on goal. He was the only one that actually tried. Comes off for Liam Millar. If anything, I think Andrew Shinnie should have come off because he was an absolute shambles today. Far from his best. He looked slow. He looked like he didn't really care. In possession, he wasn't very good. And you're bringing off Morgan, who's the only player that wanted to have a shot on goal, that had a decent eye for goal in that game, and he comes off. Start of the second half, we did improve a little bit, and eventually we did get the equaliser through Jayden Stockley. We got a corner, cross come in from Shinnie, I think it was. Stockley rises highest, wins the header, beats McGillivray off the post and in. Superb header. And a well-deserved goal from Stockley, because he was superb tonight. But not that that goal really mattered, as literally minutes later, Pompey would take the lead again. They got themselves a free kick on the left side. It was headed away from one of our boys. Ellis Harrison comes steaming in at the back post. 4 defenders just completely left him unmarked, let him steam through. He has a shot and Amos just managed to get his arm out and save it. We then clear the ball. Maatsen puts in a stupid challenge for another free kick on the right side. They take the free kick. Tom Naylor rises highest, bang, goal, 2-1. Jayden Stockley's goal, all for nothing. Defensive errors again. How many times do I have to say this? How many times am I going to have to say defensive errors have cost us? Because I'm getting sick to death of it. Ian Maatsen, I don't know what Maatsen was thinking with that challenge, because it's the stupid, avoidable challenge. Is it his inexperience? Probably, I don't know, but Maatsen was an absolute disaster tonight. He was absolutely appalling. In possession, he was absolutely terrible. For a number of weeks in possession, he's been absolutely terrible. And defensively, he was a shambles as well. It's a stupid, avoidable challenge. It's an avoidable goal. It got even worse as Pompey would then make it 3-1. Cross come in on the right-hand side. I don't know who it was in the box. It was either Gunter or Matthews. I'm not entirely sure. It was one of them two. They've cleared it. They've cleared the cross straight to the edge of the area. It's a shocking clearance. Watson has then gone for the ball against Andy Cannon. Come off second best. Has literally just let Cannon just glide past him, tackle it off him, and Cannon's rifled a shot at the edge of the box, off the post and in 3-1. It's a great strike, but it's just absolutely shambolic defending. It's pathetic. A terrible clearance. Watson should have done better. Just let Cannon tackle him, and he just rifles a shot straight off the post, 3-1. I haven't looked at the stats of the game, but apparently we only had 1 shot on target in the entire game. 1 shot on target at home is embarrassing. It's not good enough. I know I said in my video yesterday, my January transfer window review, that we have to back the boys and we have to get behind them, and we've got a fighting chance of promotion with the signings we've made and getting rid of the deadwood. After tonight, I just do not see any sign of improvement whatsoever. And we haven't seen any sign of improvement, let's be honest, from December onwards. We beat MK Dons last week. Not a very glamorous performance. We got the job done. A week later, back to the same old story. Back to the same old shit that we've known for months and months. If I'm honest with you, all season. Because I'll say it again. We haven't been good all season. There's literally a couple of games, only a handful of games this season that I've actually thought we've bossed the team from start to finish. We've actually looked alright. The only player out there today that actually gave a toss is Stockley. And if I'm honest with you, I feel sorry for him. He was the only player that was trying to work something. He was bringing everything down. I know I've kept saying it. He was bringing everything down, holding up the play beautifully for the other players in the squad to just shank shots wide, have shots blocked, and just do nothing with it. Ronnie Schwartz, non-existent. Andrew Shinnie past his best. Ian Maatsen, disaster in the back, an absolute calamity. Someone pointed out to me on Instagram, Maatsen is an attacking fullback. Whenever a team goes on the counter-attack and they play a ball out that left-hand side, Maatsen is always either way too advanced, way too forward, or he's in the centre. He's never in the position that we need him to be in. And I never thought I'd ever say this, ever, this season. But we actually looked a lot more solid defensively with Purrington in the team. Look at the MK Dons game last week. Look how solid we looked in the defence with Purrington in there compared to Maatsen. Purrington was outstanding against MK Dons. MK Dons could barely get anything down that left-hand side. He was intercepting everything. He was absolutely superb that night. And I never, ever thought I'd say this. I think Purrington deserves a run in the team. I think he deserves a shot over Maatsen because Maatsen has been a shambles lately. He's been absolutely terrible. Purrington, for me, deserves a chance. Famuwo and Innis literally cannot come back any sooner. Thank God Famuwo is coming back very, very soon. But it comes back to the fans crying out for a defender this transfer window, crying out to bring in a centre-back. And after watching tonight's performance, our defence has been absolutely terrible for far too long, and it's unacceptable. We cannot be accepting defensive performances like this anymore. Steve Gallen today was talking on Valley Pass that they are considering bringing in a free agent player, and that they're looking into it because there's still wages available. If that player is not a central defender, I give up. That player has to be a defender. He has to be. You can't bring in a striker. You can't bring in another wide player. You can't bring in a midfielder. You can't do it. It has to be a central defender. Because we cannot accept these defensive performances any longer. 9 out of our last 11 games, we've conceded 2 goals. In every game. 9 out of our last 11, we've conceded 2 in a game. That is disgraceful. Ryan is 2 weeks away, a couple of weeks away from having another scan. So Innes could be out for another month. We need another centre-half to come in badly. I think in terms of the lineup and the selection, I think Bowyer got some of it wrong. Millar being on the bench was a weird one. I think he should have started the game. It's clear that the diamond formation, the 4-4-2 diamond, doesn't work with this group of players. It's clear. It doesn't work. Truth be told, right now, I still don't think Bowyer knows what our preferred formation is and what our preferred starting 11 is. I don't think he knows. Because it's just still constant rotation of the team. But hopefully, when Dearlane Jasimi comes into the side, hopefully we'll start to see a common starting 11, a more preferred starting 11. Hopefully it will be a flat 4-4-2 with Millar on the left, DJ on the right. Preferably JFC, Jake Forster-Caskey and Shinnie in the middle with then Aneke and I don't know, whoever it is up top. I'm hoping it's a flat 4-4-2 and we can start seeing regulars in the team and we can stop the rotation because it's getting a bit annoying now, you know, the rotation, because Bowyer just doesn't know what our best starting 11 is and he doesn't know what our best formation is. Our hopes of not just promotion but playoffs, top 6, is just slowly fading away every week. And like I said at the start of this video and at the start of this season, it's a write-off. This season is a write-off. I said it in yesterday's video. It's a write-off. This season was meant to be a rebuild. We were rushed into putting our squad together and we've got a mediocre, mid-table League One side. I think most Charlton fans are in agreement when I say we won't be going up this season. It's just a case of us basically needing to get through the rest of this season and then rethink in the summer. Get rid of half of this team that ain't good enough. And then we can have a proper summer transfer window where we can bring in long-term players rather than stupid 1 year or 6 month or a loan signing for them to just sod off a season later. We need long-term signings in the summer. And then we can try and go at it again and try and get promoted next season, because next season we have to be going up. It's as simple as that. It's up to Bowyer in the team to prove me wrong, but I think every Charlton fan is now just like, this season's a write-off. We were doomed right from the start. It was always going to be a rebuild. It was always going to be a challenge. And it's now just a case of we need to get through this season and go again in the summer, because I don't think we're going up this year. Simple as that. And there is another infamous Tyler Rowlinson rant over. I hope you're happy. It needs to be said. I need to speak my mind with this, okay? I can't just sugarcoat this. I have to say my opinion. And the truth is we're just not good enough right now. That's the truth, all right? Thanks for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy it. I'd appreciate it if you left a like and subscribed if you're new around there, and turn on those post notifications so you're notified of when I post. I'd appreciate it if you would check out yesterday's video if you haven't already. It was my review of the transfer window. This has been Tyler Rowlinson. Have a nice day, and I'll see you all on Saturday for the game against Rochdale. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Take it easy. Stay safe. I'll see you all later.